They call him Seatin, the man of legends.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, what is up? It is Seatin. Hello and welcome to How to Bladewind the Invoker, the first boss in veteran Stormtalon's Lair. Now Bladewind is essentially split up into 3 different phases. The first phase, you fight Bladewind himself, and he has a total of 3 different abilities that he'll do in this phase. During this phase, he's going to be meleeing the tank fairly regularly. He'll also be channeling, well, occasionally putting a lightning AoE on one of the adds, which will cause that add to sort of do an expanding AoE, and anybody near it takes AoE damage. And the final thing that's happening is this big lightning cross ability. Now, you have 3 options when it comes to the lightning cross. You can either stand in it and take damage, not advised. You can interrupt it, advised, or you can move out of it, also advised. What we do is we set up 2 different interrupt groups, and we get everybody into the pattern of interrupt, interrupt, dodge. Now, when Bladewind reaches about 60%, it's very hard to tell. It can sometimes be 58%, you know, around that mark. What's going to happen is he's going to make himself totally immune to damage and start casting lightning on people. Now, this lightning can be used to break the Thundercall power out of their shields so that they're susceptible to damage. So essentially, as you can see in this phase, what you have to do, the person who gets the lightning needs to run under the Thundercall power. You have about 2 seconds to react to this and get it in place so that you break the shield down. They will continue to put their shield back up, so what you have to do is you have to keep on going around the room one at a time and keep on putting the lightning strikes on it. The lightning strikes also deal additional damage to any Thundercall power that they hit, so it's pretty important that you try to get as many lightning strikes as you can on the adds, but this can sometimes be difficult because of 2 things. The orbs that you see sort of floating around the room, if you get hit by one of those, you'll take a very, very small amount of lightning damage and get stunned. You can easily break out of that. I'll probably get hit by one of those in a later phase because they do persist, and also he continues to do his cross AoE, but this time you can't interrupt it, so the only choice here is to avoid it. So this means basically don't get hit by the orbs, or there's a chance you could get hit by the orbs, then call on the cross, and you are dead. Now, during the transition from phase 2 to phase 3, what he's going to do is he's going to disarm you as well. He also did that in the transition from phase 1 to phase 2. You can either quickly lunge for your weapon, which can be very, very difficult to find, or just wait like 4 seconds for it to go away. So I'd personally suggest, if you can, find your weapon, lunge for it. If not, then don't bother. Now, the final phase is very, very straightforward. Essentially, all there is there's the Wisp from phase 2, and what he's going to do now is a big telegraph AoE. Again, like in phase 1, you have 2 choices when it comes to this telegraph. You can either interrupt it or get in the safe zones. Now what we do is we do the standard rotation of interrupt, interrupt, dodge. The final mechanic in this phase is a lightning strike telegraph, very similar to the one in phase 2. You essentially, it's very, very easy to avoid. I believe you can actually place it on the boss for extra DPS, but most of the time, because movement is pretty much so essential in this phase, as you're trying to sort of stay in every safe zone just in case somebody fails at the interrupts, because people do cock up. You know, if somebody gets hit by the orb and stun right when they're about to interrupt, it can be very, very problematic. So that's why it's a good idea to try and avoid everyone, or get in the position to avoid everyone, because that's pretty much the only thing that can kill you in this phase. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the guide. Take care and have a wonderful day.